All right, let's talk about mindset again. All right, success mindset. Here we go. You ready? Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Lago here again, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to build a success mindset. That's right, how to build a success mindset. Now, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know that I am not exactly the greatest proprietor of self-motivation in terms of mindset, right? In other words, I don't do a whole lot of mindset training. I think that a lot of mindset training, quite frankly, that's out there is a scam, to be quite honest with you. But I'd be lying if I said that mindset wasn't important. It's absolutely important, right? There's no getting around it. You have to absolutely have the right kind of mindset. I just don't think that it is nearly as big a deal as some people are trying to make it, and to be honest, profit off of it. Simply because I think that mindset is very, very simple. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it is simple. Get the right mindset. The reality is I have spent hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, all right, with a lot of my clientele, with a lot of my students and so on. And honestly, one of the biggest, setbacks is mindset. But once we overcome it, it's very, very easy. And a lot of the times I feel like not having the right mindset and working on your mindset, to be honest, is just a way to mitigate people's laziness and, lack of action, right? Or at least lack of the conviction to take action is what that I find it. With that said, though, again, you got to have a right mindset. So let me just give you a couple of quick, easy ways to develop this winning mindset. You do have to have a winning mindset, right? You've got to have a successful mindset. Your mindset needs to be right. But again, let me just tell you, no one mindset trains their way to $1 million. It's just not the way that it is. Ultimately, if you have the right mindset, you can have the right mindset and never take action, right? You need to go ahead and take massive action, right? I know some people who have not the greatest mindset in the world. They don't listen to a bunch of Tony Robbins and so on. Nothing against him, but you get what I'm saying. I know some people who don't listen to a whole lot of this stuff, and yet they're taking massive action, making massive mistakes, and they're getting massively paid as well. Why? Because they're taking action, right? So ideally, you want to marry the two. Have a strong mindset, massive action, you put it together, success just comes your way. That is the long and the short of it. Let's just talk about how to strengthen your mindset, though, okay? Winning mindset in 3 simple ways coming at you right now. Let's go. Number 1, get out of your comfort zone, okay? Get out of your comfort zone. It kind of goes without saying, but it's an absolute reminder of what is necessary and what is required. If you want to go ahead and have a winning mindset, one of the things that you have to do is grow. And the easiest way to grow is to get out of your comfort zone. It's so true. We are a product of our environment. That is what people say, and there's a lot of truth to that, especially in this context, okay? If you're only used to doing one thing a certain way, then it's time to expand your horizons. It's time to start learning. Even if it's something that you don't particularly have an affinity for, even if it's something that you don't care for, don't like, the more that you do it, the more that you will increase in skill, and more importantly, it opens up in your mind what is necessary, and that is the ability to learn, right? Creativity, it comes your way. Now you have the ability to open up your mind and transition, and you can, you have the freedom now to go ahead and look at things in a different way because you're learning, all right? And learning and acquiring new skills and acquiring new perspectives, it's all conducive to this winning mindset, all right? It's growth is what it is, okay? Let me give you a particular example. Me, I'm not an artsy-fartsy kind of guy. I'm not, right? I don't care to do video editing. I still have a person who does this for me, and I owe them the world, right? Because they do that. However, in my ministry, working at the church that I work at, I started doing more of our editing with regards to photos, right? We do a lot of announcements, so I'm doing slides and, Adobe and all this stuff. Again, not my cup of tea, not my forte. I'd rather pay someone else to do that, okay? But I work for a church. We don't have a whole lot of money, and so we do that stuff in-house, and it was given to me, fallen to me, responsibility-wise, to go ahead and do this, right? So what did I do? I started just tinkering around. I went to the University of YouTube and started looking at a few things, started trying a few things. When I got started initially, I'll be honest with you, I am not happy with myself as a designer, and I'm okay with that. I admit I'm not a designer. I don't have creative design. I don't know how to do any of that. And so for me, while I'm messing around with the likes of Adobe Light and Canva and Picture My Wall and all this cool stuff, I'm not exactly producing high quality stuff. I'm just not, right? And I didn't care for it, all right? But that's what was required of me at the time. So I got out of my comfort zone and I continued to do more and try more, all right? And now I'm doing it pretty easily. Not to say that I don't have a ways to go. I still do. I'm not the greatest designer in the world, but I'm no longer intimidated by it. And I have shown demonstrable progress in my creativity and in my skill set. So much so that other people are recognizing experiencing it and saying so, right? It looks sharp. It's starting to, you know what I mean? Like you get to where you can see things and you can understand, okay, yeah, I'm growing. I'm doing better. And that's where you want to be. So if you want to grow, if you want to have a success mindset, get out of your comfort zone. What is something out there that you need to start learning? So often we don't want to try something new because we know that we will fail at it or do terribly at it. But again, that's where growth comes in. Losing is okay as long as you're not losing the lesson, is what I like to say. You apply that to what you're doing out here. Get out of your comfort zone, try something new, learn something new, get better at it, grow, and that's how you create a winning mindset. Number 2, find a successful mentor, okay? Find a successful mentor. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. You shouldn't be surprised that I'm saying that, right? And obviously it's because I sell mentorship, right? Everyone else does as well, right? People are out here in the guru business, right? Is it an absolute scam? No, there's legitimate reasons to have coaches, consultants, and mentors in your life, and I would pay them, right? And I have done this many times over. And so it should come as no surprise to you. But let's go ahead and step out of the guru business, as it were. Let's just talk about mentorship. Does it make sense to find someone in your field who is successful doing what you want to be able to do and find the time to learn from them? Absolutely. And when I say pay them, obviously in the guru business, I'm talking about, information business. I'm talking about paying people money. However, you got to believe that there's been certain situations where it doesn't come at the cost of money. It comes at the cost of time. What would it mean to find someone in your field who is doing well and finding a way to sit at their feet, pick their brain, and glean the knowledge from them, okay? This is exactly what you want to do. And this is something that I've been doing for the longest time, long before I entered the information business. I remember getting my start in banking and financial services, right? Whenever I got hired in any sales job, and especially in financial services, I was always asking, okay, who's the top guy? Who's the top guy? Not so that I can go and berate them. No, I would strategically work my way into their liking. I'd go introduce myself and I'd be up front and say, hey, listen, I'm new to this. I heard you're amazing. I know your time is busy. I know your time is valuable, but if you could, pencil me in. What's a good day that would work for you? I would love to take you out to lunch, to breakfast, and I would proceed to pay for it on my dollar, okay? I firmly believed it then, long before I got into this business, that people's time and knowledge, what is it worth? It's worth a lot. So it's no skin off of my back. It certainly wasn't at that time, and it's no more any skin off my back now to take the time and to pay for that person's time and knowledge, simply because it was worth it, right? I'm a believer that poor people should take rich people out and pay for the meal so they can learn how to get rich, right? That's a crass and oversimplified statement, but you get what I'm saying. So find yourself a mentor, whether it's finding someone online. Obviously, if you're looking to do online sales, online marketing, that kind of thing, guys like me are out here a dime a dozen, right? There's a lot of us out here who have our own nuances and offer it, but we're all doing this. But the same could be true in any industry, whether you're an MLM, traditional sales, or whatever, burger flipping for all I care. Find out who's successful and get in front of them and become one of their mentees, become a student of theirs, and learn everything that they've done, the good, the bad, and the ugly, in order to get to where they're at. And a lot of the times when you come at it from that perspective, you get to avoid a lot of the bad and the ugly. You get to sidestep and learn from their mistakes, and you get to sidestep and avoid some of these pitfalls. This is the power of a good mentor. So whatever it is, find yourself a mentor and get busy. Number 3, and finally, walk down memory lane, okay? Walk down memory lane. Sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? But let me go ahead and tell you what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about walking down memory lane, I'm not just talking about daydreaming of, someone that you used to be or thinking about your childhood, although that's important too. I'm simply talking about recalling the situations and the examples wherein you have demonstrated previous success. Does that make sense? So in other words, if you've crossed certain hurdles, if you've hit certain milestones, if you've achieved some level of success in your field or in another one, but especially in this particular field, take the time to think about those things and pat yourself on the back. And at the very least, it is a reminder to you, an affirmation to you, and a reaffirmation that you are good enough, that you are capable, that you've done good and amazing things before, and there's nothing that is stopping you from doing it again, right? This is one of those things where you got to be careful about walking down memory lane, because you don't want to rest on your laurels. You don't want to think that just because you did this before, all of a sudden that's automatically makes you relevant in today's market. No, you got to continue to to work at it. But again, the reminder is there, and nothing can take that away from you. If you've done well, you can always refer back to that. And it also makes really good marketing material too, to simply say, hey, I remember when I was the top this, and I did this, and I did that. You know what? Sometimes when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and they get going by look at previous tough times that they got out of, right? Try saying that 3 times fast, but you understand what I'm saying. Walk down memory lane. Certainly, this is one of those things where if you've done anything worthwhile before, you can make the comparison. If I was able and good enough to make it happen then, I can do it. I can make it happen now, no matter what the struggles are. And I'm telling you, when you walk down memory lane, it's not long before you're on shouting ground. It's not long before you start to go ahead and walk a little bit taller and stand a little bit more sure of yourself. And that's not a cockiness. It's just an assertion of who you are as a winner, as a success, as somebody who matters. And so take a walk down memory lane. It's a trip worth taking. There you have it, my friends. Listen, I hope that this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below which one of these is the thing that you're going to focus on today in order to strengthen your mindset. I'm sure that there's something to be gleaned here, so let me know which one of these points is the one that sticks out the most to you. Now you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Take care.